Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Small Town Murder Express.
Yay, Cho-Cho!
Oh, yay indeed, Jimmy. Yay indeed. My name is James Petrogallo. I'm here with my co-host.
I'm Jimmy Wissman.
Thank you, folks, so much for joining us today on another absolutely and this is crazy, wild edition of Small Town Murder Express. All aboard the murder train, pulling away from the station. We got a lot of wild today. Here we go. A case that we normally don't. I won't even get into it. I'll just say case. We'll just state it when it's time. First of all, though, head over to shutupandgivememurder.com. Get your tickets for live shows. There's a few left in San Diego we just released, and there's also Seattle, Philly, and D.C. Get your tickets now because they're going fast. And I mean, they're D.C. and Philly are in December, and they're close to sold out. So get in there, get your tickets right now. Thank you so much for doing that. Shutupandgivememurder.com. You also definitely want to listen to our other two shows, Crime in Sports, which, by the way, is we are doing a long series on Randall Woodfield, the I-5 killer. No sports, all murder. So check that out. Yeah. So if you like small town murder, you'll love that. And also your stupid opinions, where we make fun of people who think their opinions matter about things, which is very fun to do. We'll do that. Oh, it's a huge party. Yeah. But get yourself Patreon, everybody. Trust us on this. Patreon.com/CrimeInSports, just like the name of that other show you should be listening to. And what you're going to get there, anybody $5 a month or above, you're going to get, first of all, a huge catalog of back episodes. Over 300 back episodes you're going to get immediately upon subscription of bonus stuff you've never heard before. And you're going to get new ones every other week. One Crime in Sports, one Small Town Murder. You get it all. This week for Crime in Sports, we're going to do some updates. BJ Penn has been doing some wild stuff lately. We're going to talk about him. Yeah. Gervonta Davis also, who's been off the fucking charts lately too. Yeah. And then for Small Town Murder, we are going to talk about this Amy Bradley case. Missing off the cruise ship, and they thought they didn't know if she drowned, but then there's evidence that she's actually alive still. 7 years later. It's absolutely crazy, and I've been looking into it so much because it's just so interesting. So we'll check all that out. It piggybacks on the poop cruise. Okay. If you say poop cruise, what could go worse? This. Yeah. So
this is it.
This is worse. So that's patreon.com/CrimeInSports, and you get a shout out at the end of this show as well.
You bet.
That said, I think it's time to sit back, everybody. What do you say? Let's all clear the lungs here, and let's all shout. Shut up, give me murder. Let's do this, everybody.
Okay.
Let's go on a trip, shall we? We're going to someplace we both like, you really like.
Sure.
Going to Colorado this week.
It's a lovely place.
We're going to Breckenridge, Colorado.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, nice place, kind of a ski town.
Yeah.
North central Colorado, about an hour and a half to Denver.
Yeah, nestled in those Rockies.
2 hours to Longmont, Colorado, which was our last Colorado episode, Electronic Murder Breadcrumbs, which was very interesting. I remember that was a really interesting one. This is in Summit County, aptly named, a lot of summits there. Area code 970, population here 5,086. And I assume that also depends on the season, because in the winter there's a shitload more people here skiing.
That's probably in August.
Yeah, I think that's your permanent residency that lives here. Yeah. Median household income here, pretty high. It's usually about $69,000 in the rest of the country. Here it is $118,077.
That's what you get with a lot of hot cocoa.
Costs a couple of bucks to live up in those mountains. Median home cost here, buckle up here, holy shit, $1,066,800. That's median home cost.
Yeah, everything from O'Ray to Breckenridge to Aspen, all that shit is bananas.
It's been like that for 50 years, literally.
Yeah, it's gotten way worse.
Hunter Thompson, he was there when it was first starting, and before it started, he moved up there, and I remember him writing about it tons, about he'd call it the rape of Aspen, always, like them selling off land for condos and breaking up estates and all that kind of thing. The motto here is the perfect mountain town.
It kind of is.
That's what they say. I mean, it sounds like it. Founded in 1859, gold was discovered there, and In the 1800s, anywhere gold is discovered, that's going to be a place pretty soon. 1887, a 13.5-pound gold nugget was discovered here.
13.5
That's a big one nugget. So that's a chunk.
That's a bar, right?
Absolutely. 1898, Pug Ryan. Now that's a great criminal name. He's got a gang. Pug Ryan gang sounds awesome. Pug Ryan and his gang held up Breckenridge's Denver Hotel, which was their big fancy hotel. That was a big deal. And that same year, 1898, it snowed in Breckenridge for 79 straight days.
God damn.
At some point in every day, and for 79 days, it snowed.
79 days straight.
Holy shit. How many shoveling heart attacks there?
2 months and some change.
It forced the townspeople to build snow tunnels to get around town. They just said, well, fuck it. We live under the snow now. And they just started, I got to go to the bank. I got to go to the bank. I mean, I'm going to dig my way there. It's all I can do.
I need an apple.
And then 1963, the first, oh God, how do you say this now? Uller Dag Festival celebrated in Breckenridge. Now it's known as Uller Fest or Oler Fest. Well, Uller, I think. We'll talk about that. Don't worry. Reviews of this town, 5 stars. Breckenridge is a town in the Rocky Mountains that offers an array of outdoor activities. Activities include skiing, snowboarding, mountain biking, fishing, and hiking. Everyone you meet is friendly.
Yeah,
they're all rich. Of course they're friendly.
Yeah, they got nothing to be mad about.
How you doing, fellow well-off person with less worries than most? How are you today? Yeah. 2 stars here. I enjoyed the natural environment and the ability to participate in fun activities like snowboarding and hiking. This review is off the charts, by the way. It's crazy. This is like something we do for your stupid opinions. It was nice to grow up in a mountain, however. I think you mean on a mountain. If you grew up in a mountain, you're a mole person. Again, like the other people.
You're a Yeti.
That's strange. The community, the town. However, I found the people to be derivative.
What does that word mean?
It's something you would say about music or like something like an art piece that's, just kind of piggybacking on something else. Not a town, not human beings. How are human beings derivative? Every human being's derivative of every other human being. I found them to be derivative of their parents. It's really weird. They even look like them. There is a large demographic of first-time locals who look for nothing more than to enjoy legal marijuana and be ski bums. Yeah, that sounds terrific.
That sounds awesome.
That sounds I would love to live that life. How much more time do we have doing this show?
Yeah.
That sounds great.
I'm 44 years old. I don't know if I got enough time to do that.
We're doing that.
Goddamn, somebody
retirement.
got to do that.
It's also difficult to fit in and be accepted if you're not into competitive sports and sports culture. As an artist, the people are off-putting and ignore my accomplishments. Hey, ignore my accomplishments. Who the fuck are you?
I got a painting in New York Magazine, you
wow.
bunch of...
They ignore my accomplishments.
You derivative fucks.
Compared to athletes who are revered and given everything under the sun. The derivative thing, God. That's what art people would say, but not of humans, of art pieces you say that of. Things to do, it is the Uller Fest is what there is to do.
Right.
What they do here, they crown a king and queen of the Uller Fest. There's a long story. This is named after like some Norse snow god or some shit like that.
Okay.
That's what this whole thing is about. It's about some snow celebration. 2 Breckenridge residents are chosen as the Uller king and queen for their contributions to the community and their love of the snow. Not only you have to do like good things, you have to love the goddamn snow. Do.
Yeah.
So.
Snow's very important.
That's weird. 3:30 p.m. They're going to do the world's longest shot ski.
Oh, you know what that is? That's where they take a ski
I don't.
And put shots on it.
That's when Polish people do shots.
Yeah.
We're doing shot skis, everybody.
You put a bunch of shot glasses on a ski, and people line up in front of the shot, and then you tip the ski, and everybody shoots at the same time.
Oh, well,
That's a shot ski.
They're looking for 1,401 people to help break the current world record of 1,385 people, currently held by Park City, Utah.
How big is that fucking ski?
I don't know. I hopefully we're talking about the same thing. I'm not sure.
It's got to be.
Then they have a parade also, and that's it. That takes over Main Street. So basically, a king and queen and the shot skis.
And a shot ski. Yeah.
That's what the festival is. That said, let's talk about some murder. Holy shit!
Go.
Let's get into a weird story. Okay, January 6th, 1982.
Yeah.
Okay, it is shockingly a snowy night in Breckenridge.
Right.
Are we all surprised? I mean, below zero temperatures, driving snow, real
cold.
It's January
real
snow.
blizzard.
Yeah, none of this March bullshit where it's 31 and snowing. This is
none of this April 12th bullshit.
No,
slush.
This is when it's windy and it hits your face and you go, "Ow!" It hurts because it's like feels like you're getting sandblasted.
Right.
7:50 p.m. Let's start out with on this evening. Snowy, dark, windy, freezing. Barbara Burns Oberholzer. Her married name is Oberholzer. Her maiden name is Burns. She's born Christmas Day, 1952, making her 29 years old at this point. Just celebrated her.
30.
Oh, no, she just celebrated.
Just turned 29.
Yeah, just turned 29. She goes by Bobby Joe. That's what everybody calls her.
Sure. Yeah,
so Bobby Joe, somehow from Barbara Burns, you get Bobby Joe.
Well, it's certainly better than BJ.
That's not bad. She's married to a man named Jeff Oberholzer, and they have a daughter as well. Now, her and Jeff, they had dated for a few years, got married in 1977. They lived in the Midwest and then moved to Breckenridge.
Wow, they did fantastic.
They're hippies.
Oh.
Because this is when they got married, it was 1977. They're super hippies. They both describe themselves as hippies. So they loved like the outdoor and the nature, and they heard about all the granola crunching opportunities there is to have out there. So they go there. They live in Alma, which is about a half hour south of Breckenridge. Okay. At one point, he said, this is Jeff, said, "Yeah, it just seemed like the place to be, us hippies, to go there." Now, Bobby Joe's sister describes her as free-spirited, saying she loved life, she was happy wherever she was. A hippie. Wow. Yeah, sounds easy going. Jeff, in great hippie fashion, and following all the hippie tradition, opened an appliance repair business, like all hippies. It's what most of them do. They'll fix your fridge.
Being very responsible.
Yeah, they know how to... They know how to change out your Freon. That's a hippie trait. It's always a thing.
But he did it in sandals, James.
Well, that's the only difference, sandals and flannel. Bobby Joe worked for a real estate company, which, again, nothing says hippie,
like
morals like real estate. Now, but they are super hippies. I mean, you got to work and they have a daughter.
You got to make a living.
You got to make a living. And the weird thing is they're real kind of everybody's nice and everybody's a good person. She hitchhikes all the time. A lot of people in this town are still hitchhiking in 1982. Wow. Which, she would hitch a ride to work even. I mean, that's like not even, that's somewhere you have to be. Right. So on this particular night of January the 6th, 1982, she had gotten a promotion that day at work. So she went to the village pub with a bunch of coworkers because they wanted to buy her a drink for celebrate her promotion. So she called her husband, Jeff, and said, "I got a promotion. The girls want to take me out tonight. We're going to the village pub." And he said, "Yeah, have fun. See you later." So that's how it went. So she's super happy, has a nice night. When she's leaving, she tells the bartender she's going to hitchhike home. So see you later. I'm going to go hitch a ride home, which is about 16 miles away from the bar, which is a long way to hitchhike.
That's a haul. Yeah.
You might need 2 rides in that mess. So
it's unless it's a straight shot down one road.
Unless most
people are not gonna.
No, unless they're going to that town in a night like this, they're not going to go out of their way
further.
For you. Yeah. So she's going to do that. She's going to hitchhike. Now Jeff had given her something for protection. It's a big brass clip, like a round one that you would
like a carabiner.
Yeah, kind of like that, but more round, not less kind of squared off. So gave her that. It's got a large brass ring attached to it as well. So she can hold it on her fist.
You can put your hand through it.
Yeah, and you can use it as defense.
Do damage. Yeah.
So Jeff gave it to her specifically. Use this when you're hitchhiking, and make sure to have this in your pocket. And if anybody tries to do anything, you fucking jack them up.
Blows. Yeah.
That's it. So Jeff described it as it was a large brass clip, very heavy with a large brass ring attached to it, and it was made for self-defense. Okay. So she leaves the bar, gets her hat and coat and gloves and backpack, and trudges out into the storm. None of her coworkers would give her a ride home.
She celebrate her big night.
Hey, you know what? She got a promotion today. I'll give you a ride down the road. But no, she goes out there. So she goes out into the snow to hitchhike. Now, earlier that evening, let's rewind in time to 4:45 p.m. that day. So still getting dark and still very snowy. And there's another young lady named Annette K. Schnee, Schnee. Schnee. Annette is born in January 16th, 1960, so she's only 21 at this point, 10 days away from her 22nd birthday. She's from Sioux City, Iowa, originally. Midwest, coming strong over here.
No kidding.
She has 2 brothers and 2 sisters. She graduated from East High School in Sioux City in 1978, where she was a member of the drill team. She was doing all that stuff.
Dance and shit, yeah.
She graduated from Patricia Stevens College in Omaha, which she had, I think that's a modeling school, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, because she had gone to modeling school, and she's only 21, so I don't know how she would have time to go to college and modeling school.
Yeah, right.
But she's really pretty, this girl. Extremely, stunningly nice, beautiful.
Insanely hot, yeah.
Really beautiful, blonde and that kind of model look of oh Jesus, you don't look like a real human, very pretty.
82 hot.
Yeah, feathered hair and all that shit.
Yeah,
so she moved there. Now that night she had just picked up some medication at a pharmacy. Okay, she had a prescription she needed, and I don't know if that's birth control pills or antihistamines, or I have no idea what she got, but she then needed to get home to change into her cocktail waitress outfit to start her shift at the Flipside bar at 8 p.m. Okay. So it's 4:45. She's got to get home, change, and get to work. Yeah. Now she usually
name. See you on the flip side.
See you on the flip side. Yep, or at the flip side here. So now she had worked that day. Also, she has 2 jobs. She works at
double shift.
She works as a maid at the Holiday Inn, which where all models work usually.
Yeah, well, you got to start somewhere.
You're modeling for one person at a time. So she hitchhikes from her day job at the Holiday Inn and usually hitchhikes home to change her clothes and then hitchhikes back to the bar.
Wow.
And hitchhikes over to the bar for her evening shift. That's how she lives her life here. Yeah. So at this day, though, she's right near the pharmacy trying to hitchhike to get home to change to go back. Okay. Now, so she goes out, leaves the pharmacy, goes out to hitchhike. Now, midnight, we'll fast forward to.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby Joe still hasn't made it home by midnight.
No?
No, which is not okay at all, because it's been about...
It's not that far.
No, it's...
I guess if you didn't get a ride and you're walking through a snowstorm, you might not be home till 6 a.m.
I don't think it's possible to walk through this snowstorm and make it alive.
You might not be. You might be right.
It's because it's literally below 0 temperatures out there with wind and shit. I don't think she could have made it. I honestly don't. So she hasn't made it home, and Jeff's worried. He says at home, and but the thing is too, people could have crashed in the. There's so many things that could happen if she did get a ride. Who's to say they made it?
Right.
They're driving
through variables in that situation.
Yeah,
is crazy.
They're driving through the snowy mountains. Anything could happen.
Right.
So Jeff said he fell asleep watching TV, and he woke up around midnight and noticed that Bobby Joe still wasn't home. And he said he thought something was really wrong at that point. He got worried here, so he ended up going to one of the homes of Bobby Joe's friends that he knew was out celebrating with her that night. Yeah. And he said, I woke him up and I asked him, where Bobby was and if they knew, and she said she didn't know. So, yeah, he said that at that point he went out looking for her, just driving the road between there and the bar to see if she was trudging along the side of the road or, in a ditch with a snow pile or anything, or see a car crashed out, just something here. Couldn't find her, so he then went to the Breckenridge police that night, and they told him that they can't do anything for 24 hours.
There's that old trope. Yeah.
Well, plus they're the cops. They're thinking, you don't know if she went home with some dude or some shit. We're not going to go look around while she's sipping hot cocoa next to a fire, blowing some guy. That's
because the storm's too bad or whatever. Yeah,
it's just not going to a thing. So
you don't want us to walk in on that.
No, and she was an adult. She's 29 years old. So they said, 24 hours. So then he said, okay, and he returned home. So that same night, the ladies went missing. Then this is a reason why I'm saying that it's anybody hitchhiking is in just as much danger from snow as they are from someone who picked them up. This is the same evening now. There's a guy. There's a United Airlines flight from Denver to Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
There's a guy named
which is a stupid fucking flight. That is 60 miles.
That's but through the snow and shit like that.
Oh, great point. Yeah.
Colorado, there's a lot of that shit because again, Hunter Thompson used to fly from Aspen to Denver.
Really?
Yes, because that's how it was. It made it easy. There was a flight from there to there. Otherwise, it was a long drive through the snow in the winter. So it was it's a hard road.
Yeah, once you get west of Denver, it's fucked.
Those
mountain
dicey.
roads are dicey.
It's real dicey. So this is a United Airlines commercial flight, regular flight.
Wow.
There's a guy named Harold E. Bray who's a passenger aboard the flight.
Yeah.
So literally flying over the shit in the middle of the night.
Looking out the window.
He's a sheriff from Jefferson County, this Bray.
Oh.
This just happens to be his job. He looks out. He's looking out the window as they're flying over the darkness, which, again, who does that?
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, what are you going to see, man? Put the fucking blinds down.
Nope. He's out staring out the window. Yeah, at night, there's nothing. You're seeing a reflection of you. There's nothing there. Right. It's any light in there.
You don't see anything, you see you.
That's it. But he sees down below, somehow, he sees flashing lights down there.
Okay. That are like flashing at the plane?
Just flashing. They're pointed up and flashing. Lights from the middle of the darkness, the middle of the mountains somewhere. And he recognizes it's a Morse code SOS signal. That's flashing in the light. And lucky.
Not only does he know how to decipher SOS,
and he's looking out the window.
That guy knows how to do it.
Yeah, if it's some just dude who didn't know shit, they'd be like, something's going on down there, and keep flying. They wouldn't even have thought about it. But this guy goes, holy shit, that's an SOS figure, gets up, goes and tells the flight crew, hey, I'm a sheriff. There's an SOS signal going on there. Call in, have the pilots call in down there and see what's going on. So the crew radios the FAA. They dispatch 2 planes to find the exact location. 2 small planes they send out into the snowstorm to find out exactly where it is, so they don't send the local fire department, out
all over the place.
So within 15 minutes, the local fire department's on the scene.
Wow.
They're responding and going out there. So one of the guys who responds is Dave Montoya, and he says, so I was down there, I had my radio with me, so I said, let me go check it out, right? He said, I'm thinking, who does that? In the middle of the mountains, you get stuck. He said, I thought it was a tourist. I thought, this crazy tourist, he got up here, and now he's going to ask us all to save him. Great.
Right.
Fucking people don't know what they're doing. So he arrives at the scene, and he recognizes the driver. He knows him.
Oh.
He goes, that's Alan. I know Alan. Alan, what the hell are you doing here? It's Alan Lee Phillips is his name. ALAN, by the way. And he says, I know, I worked in the Henderson mine with this guy. I know this guy.
Wow.
He said, you should know better, Alan. What the fuck are you doing out here? So now Montoya is also a miner and I guess a volunteer fireman as well.
Right.
And Alan Lee Phillips is a mechanic at the mine, not the mine. So Alan Lee Phillips comes running up to him and says, man, I'm glad to see you, which I bet you are, because it's below zero. You'd have died out there that night otherwise. Right. So he said, oh, God, I'm saved. I'm saved. He was like so overjoyed, thankful. He had a big, giant gash on his eye, right over his eye. He had a big cut on it. Now, he was asked about the injury, because Montoya said, what happened to your eye, dude? Jesus Christ, it looks like you're bleeding like crazy. And Alan said, well, I got drunk. That's a good start to what happened to your eye always. That's going to be a good story.
Go on.
Like my friend that used to start stories with, so I was AWOL from the Navy, right? I'm like, this is going to be good.
Uh-oh.
I know we're in for something here.
Yeah.
He said, well, I got drunk and I decided to come home, as one does at the end of the night sometimes.
Better place to be.
And I didn't want to go on the highway to get caught drunk. So I went over the pass because the cops ain't there.
Yeah.
So he went over a very dangerous mountain pass that's not to be crossed in the snow to try to avoid a DUI, essentially.
Sure.
Which, in the snowy conditions, if you're swerving a little, they'll probably think that you're, sliding in the snow. They'll probably leave you alone.
Yeah. Probably slippery. Yeah.
He says he hit his face on his truck when he got out originally. He slipped and smashed his face on the truck because it's so much snow.
And he's drunk.
So Montoya is thinking, he said, I'm thinking to myself, quote, boy, you are really stupid. And he says, let me take you to the hospital here. And Phillips goes, no. I just want to get home. I got to work in the morning. Shit. Okay. I can't be going to the hospital. So, I mean, this is in all the newspapers because it's such an incredible rescue.
Certainly,
the odds of it all happening the way it happened.
SOS flashlight in the first place is nuts.
Headlights, not flashlight. Headlights.
With the vehicle.
Wow. The way the snow, he was stuck in the snow, pointed up. Yeah. So he just was flashing his headlights to whatever he saw plane and was like, maybe, I don't know. And
maybe they'll see it, yeah.
Luckiest son of a bitch ever. And he's in all the newspapers, pictures of him standing there, hey, all happy.
The guy that SOS'd a United flight.
That's crazy shit. So, yeah, he flagged down a United commercial flight, the old United 425 from Denver to Colorado Springs. The fuck, man?
And the plane didn't even acknowledge it. A passenger did.
That's wild. It was the middle of the night. Most of them are probably sleeping.
Yeah, it's probably on autopilot, and the pilot and co-pilot are probably fucking
passed out and jerking each other off. You know how it goes. So he said SOS idea was desperation. It was Guanella Pass is where he was stuck on. And his rear end sunk into the snow, so his headlights were pointing up. It was almost 20 below zero.
Oh, my God.
Whiteout snowstorm, too. I mean, blizzard, -20. You're going to die out there.
Yeah.
He said he tried walking originally to a nearby ski area, but only made it about 600 feet and turned around because it was too cold. And he said he was going to die before he got there. So he's like, I'll get in the truck. At least I'm shielded from the wind. You know what I mean? Right. That's all I can do. Yeah. So he starts flashing his headlights, the Morse code, 3 short, 3 long, 3 short, over and over again.
Is that what it is?
That's apparently what it is.
What's short?
Well, it's long, and then shorter than that. It's time intervals. Okay. Yeah. Time interval thing. So he said he was just hoping anybody would see. He was doing it for a while, he said. It wasn't like he saw the plane and did it a couple times. He just kept doing it, hoping anybody would see it, and he was lucky. Now, this guy seems like he's just blessed, right? I mean,
sounds
luckiest son of a bitch in the world.
And great that he knows that.
And it's weird because he doesn't seem to deserve this kind of karma because he's had a real weird past here. In July of 1973, there was a young woman hitchhiking on the south end of Breckenridge here. Alan picked her up, but instead of going where he was supposed to go with her, he drove her to an empty cabin, which is terrifying. That's how horror movies start.
Yeah, Cabin in the Woods is an actual movie.
Being driven to a cabin by a stranger who's holding you hostage is maybe the most terrifying thing you could do. Maybe a warehouse, a cabin or a warehouse, one or the other.
Just any empty building at all. Yeah.
Usually, at least a warehouse, there might be other buildings around you can scream to. A cabin, you're like, oh, fuck, this is over, man. I'm in the Evil Dead cabin. This is bad.
Perhaps something long and hard that I can grab and fight him with.
No shit. There's only one thing that's long and hard here, and I don't want to touch it. Yep.
Yeah.
And he sexually assaults her in the cabin.
Oh, boy.
And he later said, I saw a woman hitchhiking on the south end of Breckenridge, and I stopped and gave her a ride. And after he did all this, he told her, I don't know why I do this, he said.
I don't know why I do this or why I did this.
No. Not I don't know why I did this. I don't know why I do this, is what he said. Which means this is a thing he does. This is
common. Yeah.
So the woman goes to the police and he gets caught and arrested.
Yeah.
And he sits down with the cops and denies nothing.
Tells them everything?
Nothing. Yep. It said, quote, I saw a woman hitchhiking and I stopped to give her a ride over to Fairplay. And he says he, quote, stopped at an empty cabin along the road, pulled the girl from the Jeep, and then picked up a rock and used it to hit her several times.
Oh, my God.
When the woman asked why he was doing this, he replied, I don't know why I do this.
Wow.
And then he also sexually assaulted her. So, and we don't know the exact extent of that because it's 1973, and we'll find out later on why also. Hey, everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you about the best night's sleep you're going to get with Coop Pillows.
CoopSleepGoods.com.
Oh, my God. CoopSleepGoods.com. Get yourself the best pillows you're ever going to have in your life. I don't care how you sleep, side, back, face, however you sleep, Coop pillows are going to help you so much. my neck is always messed up, right? These pillows help so much because they're adjustable. You can take stuff in and put stuff out. It's so amazing. Get it to just how you like it. And the cooling. Oh my God, the cooling. They're so cool. The cooling gel running through it. They're amazing. We really, really enjoy them. And you spend like a third of your life in bed. You should probably get a pillow that's customized for you. We did the smart thing and upgraded to the Coop pillows from Coop Sleep Goods, and you should do the same here. There's a sleep quiz you can take. That's an easy way for you to find the perfect pillow for you. There's a free pillow consultation. You get a sleep expert that's going to help you optimize your sleep. There's a 100-night free trial. It's amazing, and they have 100,000 plus 5-star reviews, including from us, because they're so good. 5 stars right now. Visit sleepgoods.com/smalltownmurder to get 20% off your first order. That's COOP, sleepgoods.com/smalltownmurder.
Now back to the show.
He is given, now you'd imagine that's going to give you a stiff sentence. You picked a woman up, beat her, dragged her to a cabin, and raped her. That seems like stiff sentence. He is given 6 months in jail for that.
Yeah.
Huh?
Colorado.
What the I mean, I got 73, but holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Fair Play's the town that South Park's designed after.
Is it? Okay.
Yep.
So
South Park, Middle Park, and North Park.
That makes sense. Yeah. So, okay. Now that's Alan Lee there. Or Alan, there he is, Alan Lee Phillips. Yeah. So that's him. Now back to January 6th, 1982. Okay. The next morning, January 7th, 1982, Bobby Joe still isn't home.
Okay.
Now, obviously, if Jeff was worried at midnight, he's a little more worried by,
7 a.m.
quarter to 8 in the morning here. Yeah. So at 7:45 that morning, which is like exactly 12 hours after she went out to hitchhike, he gets a phone call. He says, I'll give Jeff the floor here. Jeff says, the phone rang, I think, about quarter to 8. It was a rancher. He had found her driver's license and some of the contents of her wallet blowing in his driveway.
Oh, no.
And he said, then I knew something was horribly wrong.
Yeah.
So he rushed over. He said on his way there, not at the actual ranch, but on his way there, he spotted Bobby Joe's blue backpack on the side of the road.
Fuck.
Jeff said. So he picked it up and grabbed it, is what Jeff claims.
Oh, no.
He also said he found 2 other items there. Bobby Joe's right glove, a tissue next to the right glove, both of which had blood on them, the glove and the tissue. Okay. So Jeff said, that's when I spotted her backpack in the snow, and I got out of the vehicle and I went through the snow, and that's when I found her glove in the snow, and it was covered in blood. So that's what he says. Mm-hmm. So he says, okay, this is bad. So obviously. So a search party is formed by not only him, but everybody else around, and they all go out on cross-country skis looking for her. This is like a serious mountain search party here. Around 3 o'clock that afternoon, they head out on the skis from the point where the rancher found her driver's license and wallet contents. Yeah. So Jeff said they went up with cross-country skis to the pass, and then that's where they found her body.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, so they find her body. Now, we'll talk about her body and the condition, but not far from the body, they find something that's very strange. A thick orange sock. Like a booty almost, like a real thick winter big Colorado
woolly,
sock.
Yeah. Winter woolly Colorado sock.
So they don't know. There's a detective there that says he doesn't know if this sock has anything to do with her or what, but it's close enough where they're definitely going to bag it as part of the crime scene and everything. They get the bloody tissue. Now, here we go. So they found, this is Jim Hartke is one of the guys at the crime scene, Colorado Bureau of Investigation agent. He said the body was frozen.
Oh, boy.
Which it would be. It sat out there all night in the
obviously
negative.
That's terrible if that's your family, but that's great for the investigation.
Terrific. Everything's preserved. She was fully clothed. Her hands were close together. One of them had been zip tied.
Okay.
So apparently somebody didn't get the other zip tie on.
Right.
Bobby had been shot close range twice in the chest. Twice. Now, here's the other thing, though. She had the brass key ring with the hook, and it was found in the parking lot with blood on it.
Oh.
She used it.
She blasted somebody.
She fucking took some shot at somebody with this fucking thing.
Yeah.
So they find blood on it, and they go, let's hope that's somebody else's blood and not hers, basically.
Yeah.
Now, the orange sock, they asked Jeff, and he says she doesn't have any socks like that.
Never seen it.
Never seen it before. So they're like, okay, that's strange. And the detective said that other item that was found up there, the orange booty, it was like an ankle sock. It didn't belong. It didn't fit anything connected with Bobby Joe Oberholzer. Mm-hmm. Why is it there? It's very strange. So super odd. And the one zip tie, it's just the whole thing's weird. The next day now, January 8th, the Holiday Inn looks around. They said, where the fuck is Annette?
We got no Annette?
She's
not cleaning?
2 days of no call, no show from Annette. That's weird.
Huh.
She doesn't normally do that.
Yeah.
And remember, she went to get a ride at 4:45 in the afternoon there. She never showed up for work, so a coworker calls the police department to say that Annette hadn't come to work for 2 days. And they said, that's very unlike Annette. She's very reliable and, whatever. So they call her mom back in Sioux City, Iowa, and her little sister Cindy was 11 years old at the time and said she remembered hearing her mother on the phone and watching her mother start to cry. And she said, I said, what's wrong? And she said, Annette is missing.
Oh, damn it.
So, yeah. Now, this is the time that detectives hear about Annette because they didn't know about her at first. They were just looking at Bobby Joe. So now they're like, wait a second. 2 women disappear 3 hours apart from each other on the same night?
Unbelievable.
In the same town? This seems, a little strange
one
here.
found dead?
Yeah, this definitely seems a little bit shady. So they go back and try to find out what Annette did and trace her movements. They trace her movements to the drugstore, and they know she picked up her prescription.
Yeah.
And then that's it. She disappears off the face of the earth. Yeah. So they don't know what's going on. And one of the detectives said, knowing she hitchhiked, we figured somebody probably picked her up. We were all hoping she was still alive. You keep that hope in the back of your mind, but you're thinking probably not. You don't want to think that, though. Yeah, I would say. So they are really freaked out about it. The one detective said Annette was last seen at about 4:30 p.m. in the afternoon in Breckenridge. Bobby Joe Oberholzer was last seen about 7:30 that evening in Breckenridge. Mm-hmm. So they're like, this is...
too weird.
It's either they're connected or this is real strange here. And they said it was an all-out effort to find any information on anyone. So they said, another detective said she went in to get some medication. She was talking to a woman that we've never been able to identify, and that was the last time she's seen. So where does she go? They look around.
A woman?
No, Annette. They can't find Annette. There's no thing like Bobby Joe, no rancher calling saying I found anything. Yeah, She's just gone off the face of the earth. Disappeared for months. And so they don't know anything. Cindy, the little sister, said, I know my mom would just say, I just want to know why, how. That's all I want to know, and nobody can give that to me. Nobody knows why or how. Right. They have her written off as dead at this point, pretty much. They don't want to think that way, but she's missing. Months go by. Months start to go by.
Yeah. What answer you got?
Yeah. Even if she ran away from something, she'd call them. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. Now, here's where shit takes a real wild left turn here. Mm-hmm. Remember Jeff, Bobby Joe's husband here?
Yeah.
He goes to the investigators on his own. Now, his shit's already, he's a suspect in Bobby Joe's disappearance, number one.
100%, yeah.
A big suspect in the disappearance. But he goes to the cops and he says, I have to tell you something about Annette, that Annette lady that was missing also. Remember her?
Oh.
He said that he, quote, has had different premonitions all my life, he tells the cops.
Oh, Jeff.
He says, and he has a very specific premonition about Annette's body.
And what is that, Jeff?
He said that, quote, I felt that she'd be found 4 miles from my house, from his house, Annette, who doesn't live there, and they don't know each other. On the 4th of July, he tells them she'll be found.
Why do you think that, Jeff?
Well, when the night sky is lit up, it'll be easier to see shit, apparently. I don't know why he thinks that, but that's what he said.
She lights up better when magnesium and sulfur explodes in the sky.
Unbelievable. July 3rd, or July 4th, he says. That's when they'll find him. July 3rd, 1982.
Oh, Jeff.
Annette's body is found.
I don't like this.
A young boy fishing with his father who went off on his own to fish somewhere in a different part of the stream.
Oh, boy.
By the way, sidebar, if it weren't for young boys back in the day, half the bodies that were found would have never been found outside. They just never would have been found. That's the tragedy of kids not being able to go out and do shit anymore and just go outside. Who's finding bodies now? Who's finding them? Used to be every 12-year-old with a fishing pole is going to come across a corpse at some point in his life, but no, not now.
That's why we're staying inside now, James.
Well, there's bodies.
Finding this shit.
There's bodies stacking up everywhere. Look at Gilgo Beach. Why do you think that happened? There's no little boys just going through all that shit. If it was 1975, they would have been finding those corpses while they were still warm. They'd have caught that guy years ago.
Too busy playing Call of Duty.
Telling you, years ago they would have found that shit. So, he was fishing in a stream in the Sacramento Creek near Fairplay, which is about 23 miles from where Annette was last seen, by the way. And a young boy found her face down in the stream. So that Agent Hardkey, he went to the autopsy, and no bullet is recovered, but the forensic showed that Annette was shot in the back as she was running. They think it's a downward trajectory, so they think that she might have been running downhill toward the stream, trying to get away from whoever was chasing her, and they shot her in the back from a higher vantage point.
Like a through and through?
Yeah, they said that, through and through. Now, by the way, they found her face down, fully clothed in the Sacramento Creek. Okay. She'd been shot once in the back, exit wound in the front, so that's why they didn't find the bullet, on a downward angle of about 30 degrees.
Pretty good angle.
It's not bad. So one of the investigators said it could be she was on her knees, and it could be she was running downhill away from the person who shot her. One of those two things. They said, though, the evidence does suggest, even though she's clothed, it suggests a sexual assault of some kind.
Oh, boy.
They said her clothing was found in disarray. Her blue jeans zipper was broken. That's a good sign. And they believe that her shoes were on the wrong feet when she was found. So somebody dressed her again, basically, and then did this, which is disgusting. Now, they figure out that the weapon used was possibly either, and this is a range here, I mean, it could be a 38, a 357, or a 9mm.
Pretty good sized bullet either way.
Either a bigger bullet, but I mean, you're not really narrowing much down there. Right. But I mean, all they have is a hole to go on. And this is from 6 months ago, and she's been in water. Yeah. So things aren't.
And that could be a 380 or a 40 also.
You don't know. That's what I mean.
It's a big range. Yeah.
So here's one thing they noticed, though. Hardkey, the agent again, he was also, like we said, at Bobby Joe's autopsy. Yeah. He's at the autopsy, and they're looking at wounds, they're looking at all this. Yeah. And then he noticed something that he didn't notice previously somehow. Quote, on her left foot, I noticed an orange booty.
Yeah.
Think about that shit.
Woolly sock.
Yes. Yeah. And in my mind, I'm remembering the orange booty that was found at the top of Hoosier Pass, which is where Bobby Joe was found.
Right.
Very close to Bobby Joe Oberholzer's body was found. And I'm saying, quote, holy shit, this is amazing. These cases tie together.
Her sock is up there.
How is her sock? How does she have one of the socks and the other sock is up there, but not on the girl?
Right next to another body.
Yeah. So they believed, this is the detectives, believed that Annette lost her orange sock in the murderer's vehicle, and it remained there until the murderer also picked up Bobby Joe and attacked her. And they think it's nothing more nefarious than Bobby Joe jumping out, and when she jumps out of the truck, the orange sock gets kicked out of the truck with her.
Fell out too, yep.
Or, I mean, those fuzzy socks, it could have stuck to something. It could have been.
Oh, God.
What if she had
static on that?
Velcro on a boot? Anything, you know what I mean? It could have stuck to anything. Static, you're totally right.
Stick to your fucking fleece jacket you're wearing because it's cold out?
Yeah. So right away, now at this point, by the way, now that they think they're together, Jeff is a little less guilty looking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I guess he had an alibi for 4:30.
Sure.
They think whoever did one did the other based on the sock now. Their original investigation, they believe the killer is a local due to the remote location where Annette was found. They said only a local knows where that is. Nobody's going to come in here. Here's the fucked up part. Remember, we're saying, they think Jeff is probably not the guy.
Yeah.
When searching Annette's clothing, they find a business card in her jacket pocket. You know whose business card it is?
Is it Jeff's?
It's fucking Jeff's.
What?
What the fuck?
What
sock
has he
here,
done?
Sock there, her husband, his business card, other.
Oh, my.
This is weird, right?
What's his business?
It's, the appliance repair.
Right. That's right.
Hippie appliance repair.
Yeah.
It's appliance repair, but he lights incense while he's doing it. It's the same thing.
Sandals refrigerant.
Yep. So now they bring Jeff in for questioning. And he denies knowing Annette at all.
Huh.
And they went, don't think so, Jeff, because they said, do you know this girl? He goes, never met her. And they go, business card.
Yeah.
How'd that happen, motherfucker?
Bud? Yeah.
Then he's, quote, suddenly remembers picking her up while hitchhiking in November of 81.
Jeffrey.
Yep, and giving her his business card. He said, at the time I was promoting my appliance repair business with those cards, I gave one to everyone.
Okay.
So it was a new business, he said.
Yeah.
He is suspect 1, 2, and 3 right now, obviously. But he volunteers for 2 polygraph tests, one state and like a federal thing, and passes them both fine, flying colors.
Okay. Yeah.
Then later on, we'll just get Jeff going here. When DNA testing becomes available, he willingly gives his sample, and his blood type does not match any of the evidence, nor does his DNA.
That's good.
So Jeff didn't do it.
But what the fuck, Jeff?
How weird is that Jeff
You're
didn't do
an
it?
unlucky sumbitch. That's what you are.
Man, that's so unlucky.
Never, ever get addicted to gambling, Jeff, because
No,
it's
Jesus
over for
Christ.
you.
Also, stop picking up hitchhikers. No one pick up hitchhikers anymore. So the case goes cold, okay? 1984 comes around.
Yeah.
Now, Henry Lee Lucas, who is a horrible serial killer.
Yeah.
We're going to do a bonus about certain weird aspects of that I wanted to talk about because I'm got a lot of weird stuff on Henry Lee Lucas. But Henry Lee Lucas is very interesting because he confessed to like hundreds of murders that he didn't do.
Yeah.
Just anything he saw, he'd be like, I did that one too.
Yeah.
Like he didn't give a
when
shit.
They would give him McDonald's and cigarettes.
Exactly. He didn't care. So by 1984, he is the number one suspect for these murders now.
Really?
Yes, because they said it's being investigated that these deaths are connected, possibly because apparently he was around at that point. Apparently, they believe at the time he had confessed to the murder of a woman named Deborah Jackson, who they didn't know her name until 2019, that her name was Deborah Jackson. At the time, for decades, she was known as Orange Socks.
Okay.
That's if anybody who's like into true crime, Orange Socks that's a murder victim. That's an unknown, unsolved case. So she was known as Orange Socks because she was wearing fucking orange socks.
Orange socks, yeah.
And they said that this, at the time, she disappeared on Halloween night 1979, or that's where she was found. That's the night she was found in a culvert off the I-35 just north of mile marker 268 in Georgetown, Texas. Now, the medical examiner said it was strangulation and it was a homicide, and they said the only article of clothing she had on her was a pair of orange socks.
Wow.
So that's why she was known as Orange Socks, and then DNA and genealogy found that her name was Deborah Jackson, actually, and she was 23 at the time she disappeared, and Henry Lee Lucas had confessed to her murder. So they tried to go back and investigate it, and they said she usually did maid work for hotels and stuff like that. Wow. I tried to track down those companies, but none of them are in existence anymore. This was the 70s. So, they said they tried to put together a timeline for her and really had a hard time doing it. But because at the time Henry Lee Lucas had confessed to this, they think Orange Socks
Yeah.
Maybe this is a weird thing he has.
He loves socks.
That he puts orange socks on people. So that's why they were thinking maybe he did it. Now, later on, he recanted the Deborah Jackson confession, and they don't think he, and 100 others, they don't think he did it at all. So that ends up being nothing. But in 1984, that became a big, oh shit, do we finally have it? So 1989, a private investigator is hired by Annette's family.
Okay.
There's no progress. And they're fucking sick of it after 7 years, and I don't blame them. So they hire a retired Denver homicide detective named Charlie McCormick, and he charges the family. This is wild. He works the case for fucking decades. He charges them $1 per year.
Okay.
$1 per year. Basically, I'll do it for free. I
can afford that.
Yep. He works on it every day, and he said that, quote, as years went by, we mused about whether or not we were going to die before we solved this case. 1992, the case is on Unsolved Mysteries. Again, another Unsolved Mysteries. They keep popping up here.
This is unbelievable.
Yep, they do an segment on this. They were in Breckenridge shooting the whole thing, and they said the detective at the time, this is 1991, said we have no indication, no idea who did it. That's what they say on TV. All they know is that Oberholzer was found on Hoosier Pass. She might have temporarily escaped her assailant before she was killed. They said that it looked like she was chased before she was shot in the back of the head with a large caliber handgun. And that's all they have basically. It's it. So 1998 comes around.
Okay.
And this is DNA testing is taking leaps and bounds. And investigators test blood found on various items for DNA and determine it belongs to an unknown male.
Okay.
Nobody's in the system. So they have an unknown DNA sample, but at least there's something to compare people to at this point now. If they ever do get a suspect,
you can compare them to this. Yeah.
Include or, get rid of him.
Just exclude,
Exclude in a second. So in the 2000s, early 2000s, the Discovery Channel does some psychic horse shit on this show about this with some psychics bullshit. Hey, shocker, they didn't solve it.
No?
Big surprise. 2005, possibly progress.
Oh.
Okay, there's an anonymous tip. An anonymous tip comes in and names a suspect.
Who is it?
Now, they never find out who made the fucking call, but somebody called in and said, Alan Lee Phillips killed those girls.
Oh.
And fucking hung up. That was it. So, remember, Alan Lee Phillips is the guy that was rescued from the snow here.
SOS man.
DNA technology in 2005 is still not perfect. It's good, but it's not what it is today at this point. Yeah. So this lead kind of goes cold because they don't really have any other connection to it at that point. Yeah. Then in 2020, 38 fucking years later, investigators hook up with the Metro Denver Crime Stoppers and the United Data Connect in 2020. This is a company that uses DNA to help solve cold cases. They take it and they, look through, because cops don't have the manpower to, and it's not their expertise to go through genealogy sites and all that kind of shit. Sure. Their expertise is to get somebody in a room and try to force them to say they did it. That's their job.
Say you did it so I can
go
home.
God damn it. Gee, I've been here for 36 straight hours. Say it. So they said, you think about these two young, beautiful women that you've been seeing pictures of lying in the snow after being shot in the darkness by themselves, dying, basically freezing to death. It would make you not want to give up like Charlie didn't, meaning the investigator there. That's the co-founder of the United Data Connect here. And he said, and it makes you want to answer the question of who would do something so horrible to somebody else. They said the case has kept going because there's always something to do that as a good investigator or professional investigator you couldn't ignore. If something keeps popping up, you got to keep following it,
Yeah.
But we're talking about 40 years. Mm-hmm. And so they're like, is this going to help or not? So there's a Detective Sergeant Wendy Kipple on the case at this point in early 2020. And she said, quote, let's try this genealogy thing. Maybe it can work for us.
Seems to work on. Yeah.
Give it a shot. So she sent because this is after they caught the, Golden State Killer and all that kind of shit. So they're catching old killers on DNA all the time.
This is how they got Koberger too in a second.
Yeah. I mean, they're solving cases from the 70s in the late 2010s left and right because they finally can do it. So, the problem is a lot of those people who killed were dead already. That kind of sucks, but
it's no
well, at least they're dead. That's good. So, anyway, they sent a DNA sample from Bobby Joe from the Bobby Joe investigation, which is they think of the killer, and they sent that to United Data Connect. And Wendy Kipple said on January 9th, 2021, I get a phone call from the genealogist that says I have 2 more names for you. Okay. So at this point, they're like, we know that the whole thing's going to be DNA at this point. We're not going to get like a witness to come forward 40 years later. So she said, I'll never forget the day I got that phone call and got those names. The names are Bruce Phillips and Alan Phillips. Alan Lee Phillips. Now, Alan Lee is now 69 years old, and Bruce Phillips is his older brother. So they reach out to Bruce first. Now, Bruce said, number one, he never lived in Colorado. So that's one thing. He said, but my brother, who I haven't talked to in years and years and years, he's an asshole. They're, estranged from each other. He said he's lived there before. So the detective dug a little deeper and found out that, yes, Alan Lee Phillips did live in Colorado. As a matter of fact, he lived just outside Breckenridge and worked in a mine at the time. So they're like, okay. They said Alan Phillips still lived nearby in 2021.
Oh.
He had his own mechanic shop. He was still there, just sitting around.
Didn't leave.
No, he'd been married 3 times since then. He has a daughter and 2 stepsons. And they're like, we got to know about this guy here. So they look into his criminal history, and they found out that he's arrested in 1973 for fucking picking up a hitchhiker and beating her over the head, and then she told on him, which would mean next time you don't leave anybody alive.
Yeah, don't leave him to talk.
She went, holy shit. So she tried to find the arrest file. By the way, he had his record expunged somehow in 2002.
What?
Somehow,
really?
Yeah, because it was a 30-year-old thing. I don't know what was going on.
That should never go away.
But he got it wiped in 2003,
wow.
which is ridiculous. So she tried to find the arrest file but couldn't find it. No court records of the case. The DA had nothing.
Wow.
She's like, fuck. She said, I knew I had to find the case file, so I went over to the archives for the sheriff's office. This is, and she said there was a fire at one point, so a lot of them had been destroyed. This is not great. She said that she went through hundreds of boxes and filing cabinets, and she said, I get down to the last filing cabinet. The last filing cabinet, and even down to the second to the last drawer, and halfway back I see this tab that says Alan Phillips. So she went through all this. How are you not more surprised at that would be in there after all that? You're like, like that's normal, yeah.
I mean,
what do I have to tell you to get a surprise reaction out of you?
She's got the tab. She's ready
fell
to do
from the sky and landed on her forehead. So she said, I was like, this is it. This is our golden egg right here.
Yeah.
She reads the first sentence and it said, quote, I saw a woman hitchhiking on the south end of Breckenridge and I stopped and gave her a ride over to Fairplay.
What the fuck?
And then she reads the whole description and she's like, motherfucker.
How could we?
This is the guy. She said that Philip said he stopped at an empty cabin, pulled the girl from the Jeep, picked up a rock. We told you about it before.
Yep.
Wendy Kipple said, when I saw that first sentence, I was like, this is him. This is our guy.
There it is.
M.O. like a motherfucker. So the problem is the young woman who didn't want her identity revealed, she was able to convince him to let her go and then turned him in, obviously. So she also learned that in 2005, Alan Phillips' name came up in connection with a double murder in 2005. Yeah, with a different one. And an anonymous caller had called about this one in 2005.
How does he get to stay under the radar? Well, because he had it expunged in 2002.
Yeah, so they didn't look at that.
Wow.
If they looked him up, when people say that, they look up, does he have any violent history? He has no criminal history. This is not our guy.
If it's not there, then we don't look. Yeah.
And he was like 50, so they're like, he's not going to start doing this at 50.
Now?
Yeah, now he's going to start killing people. So they had checked it out, and it went cold at the time. So at this point, now they need Alan's DNA because all they have is this genealogy family lineage
Tying
shit.
somebody in his family to it.
Yeah, so they said we had to get, DNA from him, and we needed to steal it from him.
Yeah.
So that's what we needed. So they said they're looking for anything that he's throwing out, garbage.
Yeah.
And there's a whole team of cops following this guy around, waiting for him to throw something away.
Hilarious.
As we've seen with the Gilgo Beach guy. They did that till he threw away a pizza box with a pizza crust in
street,
it.
Yeah.
They got him on some fucking street pizza, man. So
got him on some fake Rays.
yeah, got him on some fucking street Sabaros.
Some knockoff shit New York pizza.
Maybe it was one of the $1.50 slices or whatever. So they said it was really hard. The sergeant, the Wendy Kipple, said he wouldn't throw anything away. He didn't even throw out his garbage.
What does he do? Burn it?
They said, well, where does he put his garbage? She said, I don't know.
He just eats everything.
It's in there. Yeah. He recycles everything. I mean, wrappers.
He just keeps it. Yeah.
He eats milk cartons. He doesn't give a shit.
He's got a compactor.
I have no fucking idea. And she also said this guy was kind of a hermit. He stayed at home. He didn't interact with people too much. They followed him for 5 weeks without being able to get a piece of garbage.
Imagine that.
5 weeks.
You'd get me so fast.
So fast, yeah. So you'd get whatever joint I was smoking. You get right there, boom.
I leave
Done.
something outside
Dead.
all the time.
Fuck
it was
yeah.
just in my mouth.
Some can or some shit I was drinking out of. So then 5 weeks into this, he leaves his home and goes to a Sonic drive-in. Sonic
Here we go.
hamburger joint there. So the detective here, Wendy Kipple, said, we're all like sitting there watching, and he gets his food, he eats, and he leaves.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang it, he didn't throw away his trash.
He threw away nothing?
Nothing, he kept it. He kept the bag. So they followed him to a post office. He walked in carrying the Sonic bag.
What? This guy, he knows that
It's
he's
wild.
got it. Why does he you got something to hide if you're doing that, right?
If you keep all of your garbage, yeah, I would say you got something to hide.
You just carry your Sonic trash with you?
But on the way out, he's only holding mail.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so he threw it away in the fucking place.
Inside the post office.
Wow.
So the second he pulled away.
Federal property, mind you.
Where it's not like it's at that point they can easily get it.
He essentially... You can't say it's my trash.
No.
You gave it to the feds.
You gave it to the feds, the property of the federal government at that point.
Yeah.
So the second he pulled away, they dive into this trash can like crazy. Oh, man, did he leave a tater tot in there? I'm starving.
Is there a remainder of a chili dog? Anything?
Oh, man. So the bag gets taken to the lab. They pull DNA from saliva on a napkin they get in this bag.
Wiped his mouth.
And they said... They did the test, and it was Alan Lee Phillips' blood on Bobby Joe's glove and Kleenex.
She punched him.
She knocked
him silly.
She used
that thing on the outside of her glove and drilled him in the face.
Cut him open good, too. He had a big gash over his eye. I mean, she jacked him. And they said Bobby Joe was a fighter, and without her being a fighter, we wouldn't have the DNA that we needed to solve this case.
Atta girl.
If she didn't hit him, this never gets solved. No way.
Unbelievable.
So February 24th, 2021, they go and arrest Alan Lee Phillips, who is mega surprised.
Can't believe it.
This is not on his radar.
What are you guys here for?
Yeah, the Wendy Kipple said, I got to put the handcuffs on him, and he was shocked. The look of shock on his face is just priceless. He's just like, what? So he's charged with 2 counts each of first-degree homicide, kidnapping, and assault. He denies everything.
Of course.
He says he's a semi-retired mechanic living in Dumont in Clear Creek County. He's got 3 kids from a former marriage. He's been in Colorado. He said, never went anywhere. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
He said, well, your DNA is there.
Somebody punched you in the face years ago. Do you remember?
Remember that? The sheriff, what's got a little scar over your eye, Chief?
Yeah.
The sheriff said that although some people don't stay in an area where they commit crimes, he wasn't surprised that Phillips lived close by, because he said that he said also Phillips has lived in other areas of Colorado since the murders.
Sure.
So that's wild. Yeah, his 73 convictions were purged in 2002, and that was that. So this is wild. Bobby Joe's sister, Lori, said that was a shock. The way they were able to get the DNA to find him and catch him, that was amazing.
Unbelievable.
You've given up hope that they're ever going to find who
sure,
did this by far. And Annette's sister said, truthfully, I didn't think it would happen in my lifetime. And Annette's other sister, Cindy, the one who was 11 when she went missing, said it was just mind-blowing, jaw-dropping. I didn't know what to think.
Right.
Dave Montoya, who's the guy who rescued Alan Lee Phillips from the goddamn snow that night, said, "If I would have known what have known what I know then, what I'd known then, I probably would have left him."
If I'd have known he's a murderer, I'd just
never mind.
Fuck you. Yeah,
that's fucking funny. So he didn't learn until everyone else in 2021 about this.
Yeah.
And Montoya said, "Quote: Who has luck like that? Really? You commit 2 murders, you get stuck up at the top of a pass trying to flee the scene and everything else, and you get stuck where you're probably going to die. You ask for mercy and you get it. God gave him the mercy, but he says, you're not going to get away forever. You got your mercy, but you got to pay."
No shit.
He got to live his whole life, though, basically.
Yeah. Poor Jeff, too.
No
Fuck.
shit. Yeah, Jeff, a lot of people were like that. Jeff got away with that for a long time before this happened. So Jeff.
Poor bastard for fucking 30 years. People were just walking by him going, that guy's probably a murderer.
Yep. Even though his DNA was cleared and everything else.
Yeah, had nothing to do with it.
It wasn't clear. His DNA wasn't cleared officially till
way later.
Till late in the 2000s. So it was 20-something years. So 2022, he's going to go to trial.
Yeah.
And Annette's sisters and brother flew all the way there to be there for it.
Yeah.
Cindy said, the little sister, we wanted to make sure that the family was represented. When the jury looks over, you want them to see the concerned, not the leftovers, but the left behinds. Yeah. And they said that seeing Alan in court was kind of hard. Cindy said, I was disgusted. You got to live, about Alan, you got to live 40 years of your life. You took my sister. To see him sit there so emotionless, no emotion whatsoever, just very stoic, was very frustrating. Yeah. Now, this looks like, Wendy Kipple said to me, the case is a slam dunk, but to attorneys, they have ways to make it not seem like such a slam dunk.
Oh, yeah.
And the defense team said they're going to question the validity of the DNA and other evidence and blame Jeff for murdering his wife and Annette.
Wow.
Yeah, they're going to go after Jeff, even though he's been cleared scientifically years before. Wendy Kipple said they pointed the finger at Jeff every step of the way. It's so maddening because that's not where the evidence led to. Mm-hmm. So they got Jeff up there on the stand. Little sister Cindy said they raked him over the coals. They hadn't, like he hadn't been through this for the last 40 years. And Jeff said they definitely wanted to put the crimes back on me, the murders back on me. It was quite painful. The defense claimed that Jeff had a motive to kill his wife.
Really?
He was angry at her because the day before the murder, you know what she did, Jimmy?
Got a promotion?
No, the day before the murder. What did she do to him?
Earned the promotion?
What did she do? Blew a guy in the front lawn.
Right.
She brought home cold pizza.
That'll do it.
You bitch, I will kill you in the snow.
Don't you come home with...
It's negative 20. If you go from anywhere to anywhere, you got cold pizza. That's never going to be hot.
That cheese is hard by the time you get home.
Yeah. And
don't come home.
Jeff had told the investigators about the pizza thing years earlier, so it wasn't even a big deal. And Wendy Kipple said, I kind of found that a little bit ludicrous. I couldn't fathom Jeff killing Bobby Joe over a cold piece of pizza. That's not very hippie-like.
No.
They did question him, too, about the defense does about his bizarre behavior, like telling the investigators about a premonition of when and where the body would be found. That was pretty goddamn close.
Yeah.
And they said that this could be seen as pretty damning to some, right? And Jeff said, and so it was. I just tried to tell the truth and answer the questions. The DNA, they tried to say that the DNA had been tampered with and mishandled throughout the years. Wendy Kipple said there was some contamination. It wasn't known, I have to be careful and wear gloves so I don't get my DNA on that item. But the bottom line is the blood the blood that is on Bobby Joe's glove and tissue was Alan Lee Phillips' blood.
Right.
No amount of other cops touching it could make his blood there.
It doesn't matter. Right. It doesn't matter.
That doesn't.
I could spit in it. It's still his DNA.
It's still
Mine
his
will be in
DNA.
it too, but it still is.
By the way, on the glove, the DNA match was 1 in 17 quadrillion.
It's his.
Which is 2,275,000 times the population of Earth.
Yeah. There's 2 million Earths before
the sun will burn out.
Yeah.
And the Earth will go dark before enough people are made to make it possible for it to be somebody else. Right. That's what's wild. That's interesting. So they said that the ties on were both women were to the sock because DNA testing conducted a month before the trial revealed that Annette's DNA was on the inside and Bobby Joe's DNA was on the outside of this orange sock that was found by Bobby Joe's body. So it connects everything.
That sock touched her and her.
Yep.
Wow.
It did come off of Annette. That's what it was. So they were like, this is crazy. They just thought they were trying to confuse the jury, and they were worried that they'd get one fucking juror that would be confused by shit like this.
Sure.
They deliberate for 4 hours and 45 minutes.
Okay,
it's
fast.
8 charges, 2 counts each: first-degree murder, felony murder, kidnapping, all that shit. He's found guilty.
Wow.
Yeah. He showed no emotion, but he has an adult daughter there who was crying because that's her dad, and she didn't know he's a monster.
Can't believe her dad sucks.
Yeah, one of the people said his poor daughter cried. I felt bad for the family because what they were going through had to be bad because they probably wanted to believe, that he didn't do it. Sentencing comes around. Defense attorney says he maintains his innocence and maintains that he is the wrong man being sentenced. The judge says,
he say that?
I'm going to go ahead and take my chances. You, sir, may fuck off 2 life sentences, consecutive, no parole.
Oh. No parole.
No parole. Fucked, and fucked. Take a hike.
Yeah.
Now, they said there's a lot of, is there more victims?
There's got to be, right?
And one of the cops said, short answer, yes. I think that there are several that he could certainly qualify for, but we don't have any evidence to prove it yet. There's several bodies that fit where he's going that they could tie to him, but there's no DNA. So, man, they would say, the one guy said this, Charlie McCormick, the PI, said, I would say this, in 38 years of law enforcement, for myself, anybody that can commit a crime like that, of killing these 2 beautiful women, I think could have the tendency to commit other violent acts.
For sure.
Speaking of committing a violent act, February 27th, 2023, 4 months after he's sentenced to 2 consecutive life without parole sentences, he is found dead in prison at the Arkansas Valley Correctional Facility at 72 years old. He killed himself.
What a piece of shit.
Pussy went out like that real fast. 4 months. The Dave Montoya, the guy who pulled him out, said, everything catches up, but now you can't get away with anything forever. No, you can't. So that is Breckenridge, Colorado. And
what a story.
What a story, Mark. That's 10 pounds of murder in a 2-pound bag right there, everybody. Holy shit.
Learn SOS. That'll save your life, evidently.
Holy fuck. Wow.
God
all right,
damn
we got to get through the end real quick.
Yeah.
If you like that show, shutupandgivememurder.com is where to go and get your tickets for live shows. Grand Rapids, I think, is sold out finally. Our holds there. A few holds
Philly,
left that we
DC,
released.
A little bit in San Diego.
A little bit in San Diego, Seattle. Those are the ones.
Yeah.
Get them right there. Give us 5 stars on whatever app you're listening to. Helps a lot. Also, follow on social media at Small Town Murder on Instagram, at Small Town Pod on Facebook. Certainly get Patreon. Patreon.com/crime in sports is where you get all of your bonus material. Anybody $5 a month or above, you not only get all of the big back catalog of bonus stuff, over 300 episodes, new ones every other week. We're going to talk about the Amy Bradley disappearing off the cruise ship, and is she alive? Is she this? Is she that? We'll talk all about it. We have theories like everybody else does. We'll talk about that. That is for Patreon. And now you get all of our shows, Crime and Sports, Your Stupid Opinions, and Small Town Murder, both episodes, all ad-free on Patreon. So grab yourself some Patreon, patreon.com/crime and sports. Follow us on social media, shutupandgivememurder.com. Drop-down menus take you where you want to go. That said, until next week, everybody, it's been our pleasure.
Bye.